Hello and welcome to Mechanical Mastery episode 18. In this episode, we are going to look a bit about how to manage our power, and we are going to start using some of our nuclear waste and converting it into usable components. Specifically, we are going to look at the polonium and the plutonium pellets, I believe they're called, or the opposite way around. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, we're going to look into it this time around and yeah, set up a small power bank as well. So next up here, we need a few more evaporation towers. And let me quickly build them out. There we go. 4 evaporation towers that are all working on heating up liquid lithium. I think I might actually need to set these at significantly higher heat levels if I want this to increase. Or I need to provide them in individual ones. Really a big problem. It's just I had expected this to work at a higher power level. Okay. Anyway, so 4 nice towers. We now have lithium that we can actually use for something. Get another egg. So the liquid lithium here can be taken into a rotary condenser. So we need a rotary condenser, and that becomes lithium. Lithium can then be turned into lithium dust, which will enable us to build some amazing machine. Additionally, we can use it for tritium once we set up a solar neutron activator. But yeah, let's get going with the first bit here. Rotary. Oh, we already have one. Perfect. I was thinking of keeping the processing over here. So let's take a look here. So actually we need another quantum in order to get the stuff over here that we want. While we set that up, let's just take a quick look here. So we want this to, I think this, I can never remember. I always have to test it when looking at these machines here, which path that it actually is going to take. But place you down here. We want liquid lithium to, liquid lithium, and we want you to be outputting. Perfect. We likely need to actually tell you to output. Yep, perfect. And then you go somewhere like here. There we go, something like that. We can then take some power on top. And let's actually just take another point so that it looks more straight and easy to overview. Can always build more of them if we need more than one. I don't think we need more than one actually. Something like that. Now we become pressurized, correct? Lithium, yeah. So liquid lithium into that. So just for the sake of it, let's make sure that it's quiet and doesn't disturb our sleep, basically. Oh, I thought I already had that one. I think I need to configure my requested to keep a minimum stock of certain things in. This is starting to become slightly a pattern with me always having to craft things. Just because I forget to set it up. So, and speed upgrades. So that should significantly boost the production. That's a decent production. So lithium, how do we actually get to the next one? So we need the chemical crystallizer here. That should not be a problem. Chemical crystallizer, perfect. I do apologize here if you can hear a lot of airplanes in the background. Apparently today, the local airport have decided to send all their airplanes over my house. So sorry about that. Not much I can actually do there. And here we have the next step here is the draw. If I can spell, please. Let's see, not a trim, we just need a regular simple draw. Can I place you directly here in front? Can you be configured to auto eject? Or do I need to configure it differently? I know it's possible to get it to auto eject, I just can't remember how. Also, it should not be auto eject. I don't know which side this is. But yeah, cool. So now we actually have a system that builds that out. So let's quickly throw on an external storage bus for it so that we can pull it from our refined storage system. If it wanna craft anytime soon, please. And there we have it. Something like that. Yeah, let me hook this up and be right back. So I set up all the crafts, etc. needed for actually building out a lot of the materials here. Oh, maybe I actually want to start one of those, yeah. So that I should now be able to set up an induction cell. It's a very, very, very simple battery kind of built from Mekanism. So let me build that. There we go. We have a full setup induction matrix. It's not super powerful yet. It's only with one cell, so it only has 1 tera, I guess. Which it's a huge amount, but it's not crazy. I did set up a new network as well here, so I have my power consumers network here, which is basically anything that uses power inside the base. Anything that generates power inside the base goes into power providers. And there's a setup with power source and bypass limit, meaning that this one here can literally get infinite, well, not infinite, it can get up to, I think, 1.1 something million FE a tick input. So this should last for quite a while. Ooh, and I can create another one. So I can create another power provider. Is this the right one? Let me just verify. So this one here increases the input output, I believe. Maybe. Yeah. Let's test. So now we have used quite a bit there. Do I also have enough for another one? Another cell? Yes. So yeah, this uses up quite a bit of lithium when doing it this way. But yeah, lithium is an endless resource. It comes from water and a bit of power, so that's fine. Cool. Let me take a moment to actually look at what I want to do next and then get right back to you. So next step here, after looking a bit at it, is the Black HDPE sheet. A fairly straightforward induction smelting recipe with black iron and HDPE. Nothing expensive or anything, but in order to get it, I do need to do a few small crafts. So let's get the pressure chamber up and running first. So I did want that one, but pressure, we want one of you. And for doing that, let me actually just take a look here. So we want the pellets. The pellet requires oxygen and flowing ethylene and substrate. So we might want to actually hook up, I think we had a substrate over here, right? Yep. So we might want to hook that one up. If we do that quickly, I do have plenty of cables on me. Where is that cabling gonna go though? I don't have anywhere else here. I have up here. Yeah, I think I can grab from up here. See, I wanted to go out here. How far out? Right about here, I think. Yep. Let's see, how far do we want this? I want this to go here. And we have an external storage ready. Yep, perfect. So there we have this external storage. Then over here, we can drop down the pressure. Let's see. We'll likely wanna, we need to have a couple of quantums if we wanna pull in all the different fluids. I think what I actually have here is ethylene. So ethylene is a gas, so I need to actually what is it called? The rotary condensator. Quantum 2 pieces. Yep. Okay. So if we start somewhere around this point here. Oh, this is going quite well. So if we start by saying we want the rotary condensator, I do want a few more things, a few more blocks to build with. Rotary condensator, there we go. We place you here. Yep. I am so annoyed by that. The problem here is that my step assist together with the what is it called? I'm looking for the word. Together with the jetpack, that was the name I was looking for. Kinda acts up once in a while. Let's just put it that way. The polite way of saying it. So here, now I cannot remember. Did I turn it one way or the other way? Anyway, this way here. We want to set it up to be ethylene first. And we want it to be gases. The back should be an output. Yep. And we want it to be that one. Yeah, that one. Do I need to flip it around? I can never remember which is which. Where do we have it here? Ethylene into liquid ethylene. Point that way. Maybe you're not configured correctly. You have inputs everywhere. configured? Yes, it is. Did I forget to press something here? Oh, right. Gas is not fluids. Output everywhere. And I definitely do not want you to take in. Okay. That's pretty enough. So you can get a few upgrades in as well. First of all, quietness is bliss. And we can then position ethylene pressurizer right here. So I want fluids to be, yeah, I'm not sure which side it is. First of all, I need you here to be fluids input. Yep. Secondly, we need you over here to be fluids and your auto output. Is that the correct side? That was the correct side. Okay, so we can disable everything else. Cool. So here, now we have liquid ethylene here. We then needed oxygen, I believe it was. Did it? Nope, I did not configure this yet. So gases, back output on. There we have it. I guess that's all that's left here is to actually add an exporter and a draw. And exporter, there we go. And the exporter here should grab substrate and insert. There we go, almost. And substrate. Well, that is an excellent first step. We want you to output to this side, we want you to auto object. So now we output here, and you become an external storage. Yes, I know I'm overusing the external storage, but it is a nice way of just quickly adding an extra storage, or extra way of doing it without transporting the item around. What other upgrades can we have here? We can have the silence, the speed, and the energy, definitely. So now, is this coming in faster? I might need a stack upgrade. That works pretty well. There we go. Now the only thing we need to do here is set up the recipe for, that was all of those HDPE sheets, which is 3 HDPE sheets into an enrichment chamber. So craft it, and let's say 60 here gives 20 here. And enrichment chamber here, here. And let's say sheet. Say we want 20. Throws it in here and we get them out. Perfect. Cool. Next step was that we needed to make the black and HDPE sheets together. Not there. In crafting here. I don't know how many I need of them yet, but let me take the snow out here and say I only need one. This one needs an upgrade. Take a look. Iron crafted, there we go. this might also have been a clue for me to actually upgrade. Did I leave one over here? I did. So let me craft 20. I don't actually know how many things. Oh, I need them for SPS casings. That's going to be a lot of them. The solar neutron, that's an easy one. I might as well set up the recipe for that immediately, because I need that one, and I need tritium, I need a couple of few other small things. What else? Is that about it? That's about it. So might as well set that one up. I don't have anything near what needs to actually be used for it. So solar, yep, there we go. Let's get 3 of them. Cool. I do not remember how many I need, but a few of them definitely. I do need to set up some heavy water extraction at some point. So over here, I'm gonna assume a few of them. I probably only need one now that I think about it. And the 2 of you here can jump over here for now. So here we have the waste that will come out. That will come out as soon as we take some pressure rise tube. Yep, cool. In our reactor here, it's currently disabled. We are at 0 damage. We run at, can we run stably at 400? So far so good. That seems stable. So this looks stable. That looks stable. This seems to be stable-ish. I'm not 100% sure, but it seems to be stable. And we do have the first million nuclear waste here. This now becomes problematic. So, how do I want to do this? Something like that. I want my fissile here. Generates plutonium. I do need to upgrade that, it sounds like. Be silent. Be efficient. Be speedy. Cool. So that's a bit of the plutonium. I cannot remember. So we need the SPS casing. We definitely need the plutonium pellets here. Is that the only thing we need it for? It actually seems like it is. And yeah, that should be fairly straightforward. So I don't need a super high amount of it. So how about I do this? I have a limited amount in here. I can then push it through here now. I might actually want to do this a bit differently. So if I can wait until this is filled up, then that should be 100% equal amount. Or is it here? I think it's actually here I should be doing this. So we have a ton of nuclear waste. Plutonium here goes into item here. We have spent waste that comes out. The spent waste we need to put somewhere else. So get the pressure. Let's get the pressure. Let's get the point. Because yes, we do need a few points here. Power consumers. Completely empty. I cannot remember how much do we need. We need one. This is the bad thing about this. Now this is completely filled up. This is an equal amount. That's the way that we want it. We don't want to go in to get the pressure. There's nothing in it right now. Okay, so we can break it. Where do I want you to be? So this is plutonium. If plutonium goes into... I just want to be sure. Plutonium, where can it go? Plutonium can go into pressurized here. Right, yep. Together with water from the other side, so a sink. Some mechanical pipe to get fluid from the sink. Yes, I know I'm becoming lazy with the power cables. Sink something like that. Oh, there we go. So I want the back here to be output. And I want the front, or the top to be item output. So if I take a draw here, I have another one apparently. Should teach my system this draw. So a draw here should be fine. I then need to supply this with, what is it? I cannot remember. Fluoride dust. And then a few upgrades to make it go silent and slightly faster. Now we start to get the nuclear waste. Perfect. And we have 10 plutonium pellets. Where did I say that it was going out? The gases was going out on the back, okay. So we need a hole down here. This is also where the barrels come into play, right? Radioactive barrels. So this is always the kind of puzzling act. Yes, you want to try to get this as controlled as possible without it being obvious that this is just the storage. So something like that should definitely work. You there. Oh, 8 of them positioned. Should be more than plenty to get the processing working. Do probably need a stack more pressurized. There we went. thing about this here is that if you continuously do it like this, you get a controlled amount of how many you get here, which is preferred, at least for me. Now we have, if I remove those two here, I can actually hover here. So we have some spent nuclear waste here that's slowly withering away. And it's not gonna take super long before it's completely empty, dried out here there. But I do wanna expand this out a bit. The thing about having it spread out like this here is that the more surfaces that it actually touches, the quicker it dissipates, because it kind of tries to divide itself out against all of them, and instead of just lingering and filling up one barrel at a time, so it basically tries to fill up all of them. So the more nuclear waste barrels you have, the quicker it dissipates, basically. It's kind of like when you're dissipating heat. The bigger surface area you have, the quicker the dissipation happens. Oh, we already have enough. Perfect. So that one here is going, this one is going. Perfect. How is it going up here? We have a good amount of heating here. I'll likely wanna... I don't know if I wanna remove the water input here, but I think I won't. Otherwise I believe that it will kind of lock down and not circulate back. But it also depends on how many of the engines... Oh, whoa, that is dangerous. Super dangerous. Luckily I have two other machines, but I think it's only one of them. Did I break anything here? This is still playing. Well, I don't have my anti-gravity feed on. If I did that with the wrong machine here, it would basically mean a meltdown. This is a decent amount of power. It's not like the highest that I had expected, but it's decent. So we have steady supply here. How is it going with the filling up here? This is going okay. This is also going okay. Yeah. I think this is fine. This seems stable enough. Cool. So let this... That was exactly what I did not want to happen. This is the most dangerous tool in the game. How long ago since the server backup? Yeah, I don't think there's anything but restoring. I could... No, it's a server. Roll back. And here I am, rolled back the world. I now have a situation where I have not broken this sheet here. But otherwise, everything seems to be okay. The only thing I just need to rebuild is the nuclear waste barrels. So yeah, let me rebuild that and then be back. Okay, so restart down below. Everything's set up there as it is expected to be. I have crafted a stack of polonium pellets so far, and I have a bit more, so I can craft a bit more. I quickly hooked up the solar neutron activators, so they all have a bit of stuff to work on, and then we now have polonium generating. So there's a good small backlog in the cables, and I did also increase this one here up to rate limit of 500, which at the moment seems to be stable. But that said, I am not 100% sure if it would be stable long term. But yeah. At least it is doing something great for our induction matrix. So yeah. I do think that's actually everything that we're gonna get around to this time around. A few minor builds, a few minor setups, and well, a good power bank. So not that bad, not that bad. If you like what you saw, toss me a like. Otherwise, see you out there.